Jesus' version of this saying is probably the most famous, but everyone says it's better to give than receive. All the religions say it, even very secular people say it. In 2011, UCLA life scientists released a study showing the health benefits of providing support to others. There are many such studies around. They generally find that altruistic behavior is beneficial, not simply for the recipient, but for the giver. Why might that be? Well, evolutionary psychologists offer explanations like reciprocal altruism. There's a word to drop into conversation today. Reciprocal altruism. That's when we perform a good deed and then we reasonably expect they will return that good favor, and simply our anticipation of their payback feels good. Evolutionary psychology, for all of its fascinating findings, reminds me of that old adage: if all you've got is a hammer, everything starts to look like a nail. Basic selfishness is a brilliant explanation for so much of human life, but I don't think it captures everything. And trying to make it capture everything leads to unconvincing explanations, like reciprocal altruism, I think. If reciprocal altruism explained our blessedness in giving, Jesus should have said, it is more blessed to receive than to give, but hey, giving is a great way of getting, so, you know. Or how about this for an explanation? One of the UCLA scientists said, because of the importance of support giving for the survival of our species, it is possible that over the course of our evolutionary history, support giving may have become psychologically rewarding to ensure that this behavior persisted. Of course, if this were the case, Jesus should have said, it's more blessed to receive than to give, but remember to factor in the survival of the species over several millennia when you make your self-interested calculations. Once again, we've avoided true self-giving. Self-giving for the secular understanding is affirmed close up, but it's denied when we zoom back to get the big picture. So what do we think? Do we think it really is more blessed to give than to receive? In Acts chapter 20, verse 35, Paul recounts this saying of Jesus that was not recorded by the four evangelists, but it was clearly remembered and circulating around the early church. It is more blessed to give than to receive. Such a sentiment is expressed in virtually every other worldview imaginable. There's only one difference with Christ's saying as compared to all the other religions, according to all the other secular understandings. The one difference is the speaker. You see, evolutionary psychology may tell you that it's better to give, but evolution itself is selfishness writ large. In terms of the other religions, well, the other gods may urge you to be selfless, but they themselves are self-interested takers. The difference with Christ's saying is Christ. He is ultimate reality, and he himself is self-giving love. The cross proves it. The universe with Christ at the center is the one universe in which grace reigns. He is the one Lord who does not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life for us. Mark chapter 10, verse 45. There are many exemplars of self-giving out there in the world, but they operate contrary to the selfish universe that they claim to inhabit. There are many that claim to be ultimate powers who tell you to give, but these powers are themselves self-interested takers. Christ is the one power who A, tells you to give, B, is giver, and C, determines ultimate reality to be a self-giving reality. Jesus tells you to give because he is grace poured out beyond all limits. And because the Lord is grace, so self-giving is not just a means towards ultimate selfishness. Grace is the essence of the blessed life. There's nothing higher or deeper or more real. This is a gracious universe because this is Christ's universe. So be blessed. Give.